Kent Summers here with Bob and Katherine, and just as we all predicted, we're going to talk about the Cardinals, undefeated Cardinals playing the undefeated Washington football team. Both 1-0, both with second-year quarterbacks, both with winning surprisingly a little bit last week, and it's going to be the Cardinals' first home game, and it's, having gone to San Francisco last week, it's a very strange sensation. And Bob, do you think there's going to be a home field advantage this year in the NFL?
I don't see how there can be. Kingsbury was remarking about it last week. It's like man versus man, man. It's like practice, right? I don't know how it can be. It's team versus team, and when you can count on fans to kind of ignite things, either when you're playing badly too, the fans can reignite a team. They won't have that. There's going to be no Larry chance unless, somebody does it in the broadcast booth, and I don't even think they're there. So I don't see how it can be.
Yeah, Katherine, do you have any idea what to expect as far as if there's a vibe in the stadium? How do you play without a vibe?
Yeah, it's super weird. I think the one thing as far as home field advantage doesn't have to do with the fan base in this case, but more the travel, the logistics of getting out here. Obviously, Washington's got quite a hike to get over here for this game. Cardinals will face that later in the season with all those East Coast games. So I think that is the small advantage of playing at home right now, is at least like your routine, that's all there, which is more akin to other seasons. But yeah, without a fan base, without just kind of that crowd to get you going, it's a weird environment. I think players, even when they don't want to make too much of it, are still admitting like this is objectively strange.
Yeah, it's bizarre last week in San Francisco, and it hit home to me how much fans are a part of the game and add to the atmosphere. But all right, let's get down to football, brass tacks. The Washington football team came from behind with the Eagles last week, won, 17 points down, came back and won. Katherine, pick out one thing at this game that maybe you're most curious to see, or you think this game might turn on.
I'm interested to see Chase Young. Obviously, there's been such a storyline this season of how rookies truly are so impacted by Vance Joseph put it pretty tangibly today, missing up to like 1,200 snaps of an off season. Clearly, though, Young didn't really have any problems in week one at least, and to now see a second week of that, just kind of how he follows it up, and against Kyler Murray, I think that'll be exciting.
How about you, Mac?
To me, it's like the Cardinals are facing a smaller, cheaper version of the 49ers, right? They got a good defensive front, wide receivers you never heard of, a quarterback that's some people like, but not enough do, and the Cardinals won. But I'm worried about those wide receivers that no one knows about because they're young, they're hungry, and they're fast. And the Cardinals secondary still has a ton to prove to me. I know Murphy played well, Pat played well, but the safeties beat up. You got Banjo starting for Jalen Thompson. I'm going to be watching that exclusively.
I'm curious if the Cardinals can play better against a Ron Rivera defense. I know Jack Del Rio's their defensive coordinator, but Ron Rivera, when he was at Carolina, has given this team fits, including last year in the third game of the season. I think Kyler Murray, if I remember right, threw the ball 43 times, and they only had 170-something yards to show for it. So getting back to your sort of playing the 49ers again theme, I think that's what the Panthers are going to do, is like play deep, keep the Cardinals from going deep, keep everything in front of them, and hope they can tackle and avoid the big plays. I think it's going to be a good game. Let's start predictions. Myself, I think the Cardinals are going to win this. I don't know if they'll cover the 7-point spread, but I think they'll win this home game and go 2-0 and have a much better start. Katherine, what do you think?
I think they win as well. Obviously there's still a lot that this team has to figure out, and Washington's working through a lot of things too. But I think they have a lot to build off from last week. And obviously we saw what this offense can do with DeAndre Hopkins, just like a small taste of that week one. So I think that certainly is something better to build off of than in years past when they really struggled in the season openers.
What do you think, Mac? You gonna play dissident here and go the other way?
Thought about it only because I just heard what you guys said, and I like to be different. I like to be strange and unique, but no, I can't. Unless the Cardinals commit 3 or more turnovers, they're going to win this game. I think they're going to win it by 2 touchdowns, guys. I really do. I'll call it 27-13. That's about 14, right? 27-13.
That's 14. So we're all picking the Cardinals. We just hung a heavy jinx around their neck.
Sorry.
We're all going to be at State Farm Stadium Sunday, so check out our coverage.
If there's coffee. There's coffee.
Oh, you're going to get a scouting. If there's no coffee, you're not coming?
I don't think so.
Okay.